Hey everyone, welcome back to Simo Metal. Been a while since I've seen yous, and just wanted to follow up on something that I mentioned last episode. So I said I wanted to do that review on Herd Immunity's EP. So here we are today. I've got a little bit of a different arrangement at the moment. Just sort of ended up with a new desk because I've got another Mac coming. So I'm going to have a 2 Mac setup. The lounge is on the other side of the room now. So me and Kyle will probably figure something out where we both either sit at the desk, or I was even thinking about shooting a few episodes at his place soon, seeing as he's just recently had his operation. So all our thoughts are with Kyle. And got a little bit of a different setup. And just sort of settling into it at the moment. So today we're here to talk about something super special. Like I said, the Herd Immunity EP review. And I just wanted to say thanks to Herd Immunity for being an awesome bunch of legends and sending me this EP completely free. It just came in the mail. I did a unboxing of it a fair few episodes ago, and that was really cool. It was a really cool surprise. And I have had a chance to dive in and really have a good listen. So I really just want to go over the 5 songs and let you know what I think of some of them. So fantastic package here. Fantastic presentation. What I love is the photo there of the boys in Newcastle. So when I listened to this music, I was on the train yesterday and I'm just watching the landscape of Newcastle go past. And I'm listening to Waste It All and I'm just like, geez, this is the sounds of my town, of my area. So it was really cool. I felt really connected with Newcastle through the boys' music. So I don't know if that was intentional, but it really screams out Newcastle. So I love that. So let's get into it. I want to talk about the first song. I'll also just want to say thank you also to their management for really making sure that I have had plenty of opportunities lately. And so thanks heaps to my boy Aaron. So let's get into it. First up, we've got the song Trust in Me. And I was really, I don't want to just sort of compare them to a band, but I've got serious Oasis vibes there. So I'm not saying that they are Oasis, but Jesus, some really cool Oasis-y vibes there. So super stripped down and raw. That's what I love about it. Is all of their music. There's no bells or whistles. Like there's no synthy parts or big piano openings. It's just drums, bass, guitar, vocals. Love that. It's just rock and roll as hell. So I find that it does lean towards a bit of a heavier side, Trust in Me, but it's also definitely not metal. It's more like a raw energy that you get from early indie Britpop. So, like I said, Oasis, Blur, I get those sort of vibes from it. It's definitely got a sort of a grungy feel to it, but also like that indie Britpop sort of feel. So, Trust in Me is a great opener for the EP. I love the song Waste It All. That's my favourite song. And I was thinking, what if they had made that the opener? But then you sort of give everyone everything all at once straight away. So you got to save the best for last sometimes, you know what I mean? So Trust in Me is a fantastic opener, and I really feel it leaning towards a heavier side, but it's definitely not metal. It's definitely screaming out early 90s Britpop. So love that song, and I think that that's a fantastic song. And a great opener for the EP. Next up is Shadow to Your Stride, which, wow, this one feels like a perfect Sunday song. Like a Sunday arvo chill song. Just sit back, have a cold beer, and just let the energy flow. But also, I find that Tom on the drums, he knows how to pull back. So the song just has some nice, gentle beats, and it doesn't get all up in your grill, but it still knows how to hold that energy with the drums. So I think that they've found a perfect balance with that song. It's the sort of song that has a punch and a driving beat, but also knows when to pull back. And wow, the vocal harmonies. That's probably the biggest standout thing, is the vocal harmonies are absolutely killer. The boys both know how to really sing well together. And I'm really getting sort of like some serious Jebediah vibes from that one. So, look, not comparing him to every band, just that's the vibes I get, you know what I mean? So, yeah, getting some Jebediah vibes from that, some early Aussie rock sort of vibes, some 90s vibes, actually. So, yeah, I think that that one just gets you ready for the next one, which is my absolute favourite track on the whole EP, and it's called Waste It All. Track number 3 reminds me of Something with Numbers, the band Something with Numbers. They have some songs that have that same sort of driving vibe, and it's emotional, and it's heartfelt, but it's still kick ass. So yeah, getting some Something with Numbers vibes with that one, but high energy and killer riffs, and an awesome drum beat that just drives it. And one of the comments my son said was, Dad, it just makes me want to run. It makes me want to go for a run. And I was like, yeah, I totally agree. And when I was talking to Tim at one of the Spy vs. Spy gigs, I said, oh, my son, he loves that song. He mentioned it just makes him want to run. And Tim agreed with me that it was one of his favourites to play. So, and well, let's comment on Tim's vocals, because, wow, like, he nails it, man. And what I love about this track is they mix it up. So it has sort of really clean verses. The guitar drops out of the overdrive and goes to these beautiful arpeggios. And then it'll pick it back up in the chorus and go with that overdriven distortion and just really powerful high energy chorus, and a killer riff in the chorus, but a perfect balance of like keeping it sort of like between like distorted and clean. So yeah, some great balance there for that one. Pardon me. So yeah. Also, I think it's one of those songs that's just like, it's got a hook. It's got the perfect hook, and Tom's backup vocals complement Tim's vocals, and they really stand out. And also the guitar solo, it rips. So when Tim just lets go and just starts going for those guitar solos, he just really lets rip. And I think what I love about it, and I'm assuming, is it's just by feel. Like, he ad-libbed that on the day in the studio, or he had a rough idea of what what, like, you know, what key it's in and all of that. But I feel like, let me know if you did, dude. We'll have to get you guys on the channel for an interview soon. That'd be great, so I can talk to you all about this. But I think, I have a feeling that he just went for it on the day, and there might have been a few different takes and a few different ad-libbed solos, and eventually they went, that's the one. And I'm sure he plays it just like that live. But it would be cool to know if live sometimes he ad-libs it as well a little bit, and like just chuck some little bonus extras in there. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, balls falling off the table. Okay, so yeah, so some like little ad-libs. I'd like to know if that's what he's doing live. But if not, that's still awesome, but the solo just rips and the song has a hook that will not let go. So I love that, because for me, honestly, and I hope you don't take this the wrong way about all the other songs, boys, but when I put this on, sometimes, most of the time, I skip to Waste It All. I listen to Waste It All, and then I go back through the EP. And I'll go back to Trust in Me and Shadow You Stride, just to hit Waste It All again. So, Waste It All. Top song. My favourite song on the EP. Alright, so, that brings me to track number 4, Up in the Clouds. This one's like, got a real grungy vibe to it. Like I said the word grungy before. I think they're a rock band, but I think there's some grungy influences there. I get like a Nirvana sort of meets Soundgarden kind of feel here. Not so much vocally, but guitar-wise. The riff has a real grungy Nirvana-y sort of like, gets angry. But then it's also got like these really like bluesy, smooth licks that sort of give me that Soundgarden feel as well. So not so much like Nirvana and Soundgarden vocally. I think vocally the boys really stand on their own. They got their own vocal style, and I think that's fantastic. It's a vocal style of my town, of my area. This is the vocal style that comes out of people that live around me. So I love that. It's the sound of Newcastle. So I also found that the boys are back again at the double harmonies. Fantastic double harmonies. Geez, do these guys sing well together. Like, it's just fantastic singing. And I love how Tom can be on the drums and still singing along with Tim. So that's awesome. And the lyrics are fantastic too. That's another thing. I really have been loving the lyrics in a lot of these songs. They scream out, hey, listen to me. You know, I'm not angry, but I've got something to say. And I think that is rock and roll as hell. So some really great lyrics, especially in a song like that. So I really like the lyrics in Up in the Clouds, and also I just love the way that Tim just rips into it, and Tom thrashes the drums when needed, but he also knows when to pull back and just let the song cruise. So that's really cool. It's laid back. It's a laid back song, but it still packs a punch with a heavy energy. And it's also got a killer hook to it as well. So I'd say Waste It All and Up in the Clouds, like they're the two that I like. They're my go-to tracks. And then finally, we'll wrap it up with Answer to You, which is the last song on the EP, and it's a perfect way to close the EP. I find it's sort of got this dreamy intro, and then it's got a bit of like a folk vibe to it. Like, I'm not saying like Mumford and Sons folk, but it just it doesn't scream out rock and roll hard rock. It's sort of like, hey man, like, just come chill while I play my guitar near the fire, and have a listen to what I come up with. So I find that folky. It's got a bit of a folk vibe, and it actually really took me by surprise in the best way possible. The lyrics are fantastic once again, and the boys harmonise beautifully. This harmonising, like, boy, do these guys know how to sing. And it's got like a bluesy feel, and it's like really like tasteful like filler solos, like bluesy solos, like little, like in between like each verse, like Tim will just do like a little bluesy like lick, little solo or a little pre-solo. And it's one of those tracks that's like pardon me, it's one of those tracks that has me feeling like when I'm listening to it, I'm going down like a lone highway on my own, and I'm just seeing the lines come at me and the black road, and it's sort of like a highway to nowhere, but it's also like it comes down and then it builds itself back up where Tom does sort of this marching beat before they go back into the final hook again, and I really love that because it's like it's really cool. And also, like, once again, big compliments to Tom on knowing when to hold back but also build that vibe and just leave you wanting more. So I think that's a perfect way to end the EP. Leave you wanting more. I want the album. I can't wait to hear more songs from these guys. It had me even going back to some of their 2021 singles, 2022 singles, and listening to them as well, which are great as well. They're fantastic. So yeah, I really have been listening to this EP on the train on the way to TAFE. So doing my TAFE course at the moment, and I'll be on the train and I'll just see Newcastle just coming at me, different areas of Newcastle, like cruising through Hexham, and then cruising through Warrabrook, and then coming up behind Hamilton, and then up to the interchange. And this music accompanies that so well because it's made in this town, it's made for this town. So I love that. It's got a killer Newcastle vibe. I don't think you would get it unless you're from here, but I do. So in conclusion, what I want to say is what a killer EP from one of Newcastle's hottest young acts. A great young local act, Herd Immunity. These guys are seriously talented. So every track on the EP has something special. And honestly, I can see a few of these songs even getting on radio and getting some radio play. And I really think a song like Waste It All, or maybe even Shadow to Your Stride, could get some serious Triple J airplay. Seriously. So let's get on the Triple J Unearthed and start like really upvoting these guys. Hopefully they'll get picked up on Triple J and we can get some more exposure for them that way. So I also am stoked at the kind of music that's coming out of Newcastle, and I can't wait to actually catch these guys live. So I am calling out to you, Aaron. Set me up with a show. I'll come film it. I'll come talk to the boys. I'd love that. I'd love to come see Herd Immunity live. So if you can get me on the door for that one, we'll do some serious promotion with the channel here. I'd love if we could do what we did with Avalanche. I'm talking to you here, Aaron. If we could set up something where I come and interview the boys before the show, and then we can do the show. I'll film as much of the show as I can, and we'll wrap it up with like a little bit of a song montage of what I filmed live at the show. So sort of like what I did for Avalanche. So if we could get something like that going, that'd be great. So I'd love to come see this band live. And so huge thanks to Herd Immunity, and huge thanks to their manager Aaron, and thanks heaps for sending me this incredible EP, guys. Yous have got me really excited for the local rock scene again. Like, I was on the local rock scene. I used to be in a villain's embrace, and I was out there doing it too. So I know what it's like, and I'm so excited for the local scene. There's amazing, great bands out there at the moment. I hate people who I love working with. Some stuff coming up with me and some of their stuff soon. They're just so fun. Herd Immunity. We've got Avalanche from Sydney. And I want to get full credit on here soon too. So full credit. Send me some stuff when you record it. I'll review it, and we'll get yous on here as well. Yes, Spy vs. Spy. We've got Maruthan. Just so much great Newcastle music. So to me, I just want everyone to know my score on this is a full 10 out of 10. Mostly for the way that it surprised the hell out of me, because yous know me, I'm a metal guy. And I like it brutal. Like we talked about Dark Divinity on the channel, and I reviewed their stuff, and that is some brutally heavy stuff. But this is more the sort of, but you know what I love about this, and this is what my wife said to me when the boys first sent this to me, and we got it up and put it in the CD player. And we're just, I think I was sitting back playing the Xbox, and my wife just turns to me and goes, "Well, it's some really cool, like, easy listening. You know, you're not blowing my head off right now with Maruthan." And I'm like, yeah, it is some really cool, easy listening. And that's what's taken me by surprise, because I don't usually go for cool, easy listening. But this is cool, man. Like, and I'm not just saying that, I mean this. I've got this thing playing on the train every morning on the way to Newcastle for the last week, and that's what really made me get off my ass and do this review today, because I loved listening to it, and I loved the little photo there of the boys in Newcastle, and I love the presentation of the EP, and I absolutely love this photo right here, because I know exactly where in Newcastle that is, and it just makes me feel right at home with them. So that is so cool, and can't wait for the album, guys. So that's it for today's review. If you haven't already, go and check out Herd Immunity's new EP. You won't regret it. And don't forget to like, subscribe to the boys on their socials, and like and subscribe here for Simo Metal as well. And let me know in the comments what you think of the EP if you've listened to it. And yeah, until next time, stay metalheads. Me and Kyle do have a new episode in the works. I'm in the middle of writing up my scripts and getting up all of my dot points ready for the episode for our metal news. We're going to compress it right down. We're going to bring it down to like 20-minute, 40-minute tops episodes. I've really learned that, I've heard you in the comments, some of those episodes are way too big. They just drag on. So I'm really going to start condensing things down. this is a nice short video today, and that makes it more snappy and fun for me to do too, because it's not a big, massive, arduous task of, oh, I've got to film for 2 hours and then I've got to edit for 2 days. You know, like I should have this thing edited down in the next day or so. So, yeah, I love these little mini projects, and let's do heaps more of them. So there will be a Simo and Kyle show episode 4 coming up in the next 2 weeks or so. I've already got a whole heap of dot points and basically the script for that one written. I've let Kyle know, and what we're probably going to do is I'm probably going to actually film at Kyle's place, because he's underwent his operation to get his leg fixed, and he's not in the best position to be driving to my house and stuff at the moment. So it's better for me, grab the gear, go see Kyle, and we'll film the Simo and Kyle show out there at his place. So that'll be cool. Bit of a different background. We've got a different background now. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. There's going to be a nice new Mac go there. Going to load that up with Pro Tools and Premiere Pro, and then just keep this old Mac as the entertainment system. So that's got like emulator ROMs on it, and like, you know, I can just watch movies on that and use it for Netflix and iTunes and stuff, and then have the other one loaded up with my Pro Tools and my Premiere Pro, and all my editing and all of my music can be done in that station. So coming soon. So stay metal, metalheads. See yous on the next episode, and yeah, we'll see yous coming up with the Simo and Kyle shows soon. And don't forget, go follow, like, subscribe, everything. Buy the EP, Herd Immunity. Check them out, alright? I did, and I loved it. So thank you guys for sending me that. And let's get yous on for an interview soon. Stay metal, metalheads. Yeah!